We'd like to welcome our viewers who have been watching the Ohio Valley Conference game between Eastern Kentucky and Tennessee Martin. Welcome here to Birmingham. We've got the TAC game of the week, Samford and Jacksonville State. Jacksonville State controlling the basketball as the Gamecocks' Jamal Hickman, one of the better point guards in the TAC, will bring it into the floor quick.
Our viewers have just joined us. No score, only one possession for the Samford Bulldogs, and they came away with nothing. This is the first possession for Jacksonville State.
Out of the corner, there's a jumper, and it's up, a three-pointer good by Alex Beeson. He is a good-looking freshman. In fact, he may be the TAC Freshman of the Year this year. He comes in averaging 11 points per ball game, and he is a very talented kid at 6'5", and Jacksonville State has a 3-0 lead.
Well, Jacksonville State is one of the leading three-point shooting teams in the country. They open up with a three.
Samford tries to answer. There's a miss, but the putback inside is no good. Tip is up and no good by Freddie Williams. And there's little Jamal Hickman bringing down the rebound for Jacksonville State.
Jacksonville State, the team in red, likes to shoot the three-pointer and will do it at every opportunity.
They have a high-octane offense. They can put some points on the board, and they look to shoot it as Hickman does there. And the rebound cleared inside by Samford's Boyd Kaiser. And Samford, Butch, they're a little bit more deliberate on the offensive end, aren't they?
Well, they certainly are. They are the fans that follow Ivy League basketball. If they watch closely, will recognize Samford's offense because it's somewhat of a Xerox copy of the Princeton offense.
Air ball, but inside, Freddie Williams will lay it up and in, and Samford's on the board. It's a 3-2 ball game.
Right place, right time, Jeff.
Hickman will bring it into the forecourt for Jacksonville State. We've got a capacity crowd here tonight at Samford Hall in Birmingham for this one. Johnson falls down. Shot is up on the other side of the hoop, and it's good on the reverse by Jason Robinson, his first two.
Former TAC player of the week makes a nice power move to the basket, reverses up under the cup to protect the basketball. Jacksonville off to a good start in what is a tough game. A lot of emotion here with this Samford crowd.
There's a good look inside and good block out of bounds. And again, there's the freshman, Butch, Alex Beeson.
Well, Alex Beeson's all over the court. He's a candidate for Freshman of the Year in the TAC Conference. You'll see here just kind of a well-contested shot that turns out to be almost an air ball, but Williams in the right place at the right time to convert.
Back to live action. We've got 3-second violation, and Jacksonville State will bring the ball up the floor. Jacksonville State comes in at 9-11, 3-7 in the TAC. Samford is 10-10, 5-5 in the TAC. Both schools are in the West Division of the Trans-America Athletic Conference.
And both teams coming in here on winning streaks, both having won their last two games. And I think particularly Samford is a very young basketball team, perhaps one of the youngest teams in the country, at beginning to get adjusted to Jimmy Toulette, the new coach's new system.
Jimmy, of course, has been here. He was an assistant coach to John Brady, who was on the staff here for 6 years. There's a jumper off the top of the glass, as you can see, and it goes out of bounds. It goes off Jacksonville State into the Samford ball.
Well, Jacksonville State, by reputation, is a better three-point shooting team. Samford comes in as a better rebounding team, and that was a big concern of Coach Bill Jones at Jacksonville State when I talked to him this afternoon. And right there, I saw three white shirts well above the rim.
Shot out of the corner, no good by Will Daniel. We're coming up the floor, and we've got a whistle and a foul call.
Well, it would appear here early that the referees are going to let them play. Been a very physical game up under the basket so far, but very early. We'll see how it goes as the game goes on.
Into the forecourt, Jacksonville State's got the basketball, and they're off to a quick lead. Here's Beeson. Beeson was the 5A player of the year in high school, Butch. This kid was a real nice recruit for Jacksonville State.
No question, two-time MVP of the state tournament.
Here's Knowlton with a three, top of the key, and there's Jay Knowlton. This guy really has been Mr. Jacksonville State basketball over the years, and he drills a three.
Tell you an interesting story about him. He wanted to come to Samford out of high school. They didn't recruit him, so he may have a story to tell here tonight if he can have a big night.
Out of the corner, there's a three by Will Daniel.
We talked about him at the outset. He can do it outside, he can do it inside, and it's 1 3 at one end, another one at the other.
Both teams looking to shoot the threes here in the early going. We had a real exciting game last year when these two teams met at Jacksonville State. Samford prevailed and went down to the final shot. There's Robinson. He'll take the shot, and he will drill it.
Well, he's just been a very pleasant surprise, more of an inside player than outside, but Well, they're getting some good looks right now, Jacksonville is. Samford's going to have to tighten up defensively as this game goes along. You can't let a high-octane offense get good shots.
And Samford's been a good defensive team this year. They're only giving up 65 points a game.
Exactly. One of the better number 2 in the attack and defensively as far as defensive points given up.
Going to the basket, shot by Knowlton, and boy, what a great block by Freddie Williams.
But you see what I mean by letting him play. It looked like he took a couple extra steps, a lot of contact, and no whistles anywhere, so no harm, no foul. Let's play.
Will Daniel will bring it into the forecourt. There's a look down low. Good pass in the paint, and a layup by Boyd Kaiser.
Well, you're going to find out as this game goes along that Samford is a very balanced team. They can get points from everybody. Anybody and everybody, anytime.
And Jacksonville State's got a couple of the top 5 scorers in the league. As we've got a timeout called. We're off to a fast start in Birmingham, our TAC game of the week between Jacksonville State and Samford. Hang in there with us. We're coming right back. Jacksonville State on the road, off to a good start.
Didn't come here to play a game or to find out if you can spell horse. I came to take away your toys and put you to bed. And if you don't like that, good. Nice to know we speak the same language. Life is a sport. Drink it up.
I hang out with a pretty trashy circle. The circle that helps this circle by recycling trash. We sort glass, plastic, separate cans, stack newspapers and magazines. Now, thanks to us, there are lots of products made from things we've already recycled. This cereal box wants your Sunday paper. These paper clips, in a more daring life, a 56 convertible. The circle works like this. It starts when we recycle trash at home and at work. It's completed when we buy products made from or packaged in recycled materials. How do you know the difference? Check the label for something called post-consumer recycled content. It looks like this. Make a mental note. Then buy the highest percentage of it you can find. You'll save a tree, you'll save energy, and in your own way, you'll help save the world. Complete the circle.
Call 1-800-CALL-EDF for your free Buy Recycled shopping guide. 1-800-CALL-EDF.
Jacksonville State, even though they are on the road, they brought plenty of support, as you can see, behind their bench. And again, these schools are only about an hour apart. And Jacksonville State, they've come out. The howitzers are loaded here, Butch. They're hitting from three-point range.
Well, they certainly are. They come in as the 16th best team in the country shooting three-pointers. They average 8.4 a game. And Jay Knowlton, there you see him on the screen, one of the best of the Jacksonville Gamecocks.
No doubt about it. Jay hit his 38-3, shooting about 33% from three-point range as a team. Jacksonville State's almost at 35%. And, Butch, as you know, that's part of their repertoire. They really try and shoot threes and get up and down the floor.
Well, let's see if the home team can answer here. A lot more offense early than I expected. This is
Reed Rawlings, and he has his shot rejected out of bounds by Jay Knowlton. Samford will want to be a little more deliberate, won't they?
Well, they're running a very spread offense. It's very similar to the Princeton offense. You're going to see here a nice block by Jay Knowlton, who just completed a three-point play at the other end, playing both ends of the floor. But watch how spread that Samford gets and how they create angles with their offense.
Inside shot is put up and good off the baseline by Freddie Williams. Here comes Jacksonville State. You can see they don't waste any time. They get it right up and down the floor after a made basket. They push it.
Well, there's no question Samford will shoot quick if given the opportunity, but they prefer to be patient and work for an excellent shot each time down the floor. Conversely, Jacksonville State prefers the up-tempo, and right now things are going Jacksonville State's way.
There's a look at Jimmy Tillett in his first year as the head coach at Samford. He was on the staff at Mississippi State and also at Tulane, and for 6 years was an assistant here to John Brady before John took the LSU job.
Yeah, they've really built, he and John together, built this program from a team that was struggling to a consistent winner in the TAC.
There's Beeson going to the basket, missed the shot, and we got a foul over the back.
Well, it was a nice take to the basket, and really, that really wasn't a freshman foul. A lot of times you'll see young players, when they make a mistake, they'll turn around and make another mistake and foul out of frustration. But that time, Beeson was just trying to follow his miss and got caught in the back of one of the Samford players, and results in his first personal foul.
Here's Mario Lopez. He's the sophomore out of New Orleans who's really doing a good job running the show at the point for Samford.
I like Lopez a lot. He's had like 24 assists and only 9 turnovers in the last 6 games. He's very steady. And you got to have a good quarterback to run this offense.
Out of the corner, there's the 3. Rimming up and the rebound to Jacksonville State. And the Gamecocks again look to push it. Samford does a good job getting back on the transition D.
Well, again, looked like a couple extra steps, but they got away with it.
Here's Jay Knowlton with a good feed down low. Shot is put up off the glass, and it's no good by Robinson. And Samford will come down with a chance to take the lead here in the early going. Lopez can score a little bit, too. Point guard averaging 10.2 a game.
Now, I want our fans to be aware, this is a set offense against, really, they're running the man-to-man offense against what a matchup zone defense by Jacksonville.
Nice feed, nice look down low, and Kaiser gets the layup.
Excellent ball movement. They're finding the open seams, the weaknesses in that zone defense for good high-percentage shots. All the Samford shots have come right around the basket.
Samford with its first lead of the ball game. Jacksonville State now looks to attack.
So far, it's been a perimeter game for Jacksonville and an inside game for Samford, and that favors Samford.
Will Daniels clears the boards. Daniels really a good-looking athlete. Into the forward court. Here comes Lopez, and Butch will see him go back to work again in the half court.
Well, here you're going to see the rotation through the middle of the zone. This is a man-to-man offense going against a matchup defense. Matchup meaning simply a zone where they try to match up and take man responsibilities in certain areas. Kind of the defense of the 90s.
Lopez whistles a pass to Freddie Williams. Freddie can't hang on. He goes out of bounds.
You really got to be patient against that type of defense.
Got a timeout called in Birmingham. The TAC game of the week. Off to a fast start. Jacksonville State and Samford. We're coming right back.
Franklin.
Life.
Franklin.
Life.
Franklin.
Life.
The Franklin Life Insurance Company.
Partners in life with American families since 1884.
It works 24 hours, 7 days a week. Staying right there beside me while I earn my keep. Pulling, hauling, working, hear that engine roar. I beat the truck to death, but he keeps coming back for more. Ain't that tough enough? Yes, they're built real tough. Ain't that tough enough? Chevy trucks are tough.
4 World Cup qualifiers get their biggest test before France '98, the CONCACAF Gold Cup on Fox Sports World, featuring host nation United States.
Oh, it's a splendid goal.
The world's best, Brazil.
But maybe there's a goal. Oh, yes, there is.
2-time defending Cup champions, Mexico. And up-and-coming, Jamaica. Before they play for the World Cup, see them go for the gold. If you want the Gold Cup, call 1-800-FOX-WORLD.
Welcome back to Samford. The homestanding Bulldogs with an 11-10 lead in Jacksonville State. And Butch, this is what Samford does so well.
Well, they move the ball, they find the open area of the zone defense, and it results in an easy basket for Boyd Kaiser, the 6'9" sophomore from Birmingham.
Coming up after the ball game, it's Fox Sports News, and we'll get you caught up on all the latest in the world of sports on Fox Sports News following our game tonight from Birmingham. We got a lot of action to go here, just getting underway, and there's Bill Jones. He's seen a lot of action in his career. Bill, 26 years as a collegiate head coach, 24 at Jacksonville State, and this is his last. He announced his resignation before the season started. Scramble on the floor, and the Gamecocks dig it out of there. Here's Wes Fowler just into the game, and jump ball situation, had that one blocked.
Well, he went up, and one of the defensive players from Samford capped the ball, got all balls, so it results in a tied up for jump ball. It will be based on the possession error. The ball will belong to Jacksonville State on the baseline.
Gamecocks got off to a fast start. Now the Bulldogs have taken over. They've had a couple of streaks and runs already in this game.
I don't think the shot clock will reset in this situation, but yeah, it will. It will. I apologize. No, it won't. It will not. They're running it down. I was correct. Down to 30 seconds.
There's Jimmy Tillett, first year at Samford, doing a good job because this team is so young. They only have one senior. They're 10-10. Here's the shot up, no good. Offensive rebound, and it's stripped inside. Good play made by Mark Sawyers, a freshman out of Owensboro, Kentucky.
Well, they got a second try, but it didn't work. Again, Jacksonville State, a multiple defensive team. They'll run a little matchup zone. They'll run some sagging man-to-man, and they'll run a triangle in 2.
Got a foul called against Samford.
Or a traveling violation.
Traveling violation against that young man, Boyd Kaiser, number 50. And Jacksonville State will bring it up, and the Gamecocks look to take the lead. This is Jamal Hickman. He's a senior point guard out of Gadsden, Alabama. His cousin is Allen Houston.
Only 2 seniors on this team.
Both teams very young, and there's a jumper out of the corner by Hickman, no good, and the rebound cleared inside. We've got another whistle blowing here.
Somebody was holding somebody down there. Set foul's on Robertson. I believe it is.
Yep, Jason will get his first foul.
Only 2 team fouls each, so it's been a fairly clean played game, but it is a very physical game here early. Both teams are trying to dig in defensively, be physical, and make the other team really work hard for its open shots.
Samford will come down now and run the offense. And we got a reach and a foul called. Robinson's going to pick up another quick one. That's 2 quick ones on Jason, the junior out of Leesburg, Alabama.
He's just a step behind the action as his man flashed across the lane, and he tried to reach to make up for it. And you play defense, Jeff, with your feet, not your hands. He got a little bit out of position, and it cost him, and he'll have to go over and take a place on the bench right now with 2 fouls. A lot of coaches, once you get 2 fouls in the first half, it's pretty automatic. You sit down to keep you out of foul trouble.
Samford will inbound the basketball, and here comes the lob up top to Knowlton. Or rather to Sawyers. And Sawyers now will look to set it up.
Again, it looks like a zone every time down, but maybe a different defense.
Sawyers will hit the 3 out of the corner, his 22nd of the year.
And I want to point out that he is 6'8", 210 pounds. Freshman from Owensboro, Kentucky. And you think about a 6'8" guy playing close to the basket, not stepping out and shooting 3 like that.
But he can do it. 32% this year from 3-point range. Comes down to the other end, and ball knocked out of bounds. There's a good look at Mark. Jacksonville State will inbound it, and after a quick start, Butch, the Gamecocks need some hoops here.
Well, Samford's tightened it up a little bit defensively, playing a tough man-to-man, which is their calling card.
There's a good steal. Corey Green, good-looking freshman.
No question, Alabama, excellent athlete.
Samford looks set the offense up. It's tipped out of bounds. And the Bulldogs in second place in the TAC West at 5-5. Trailing Georgia State by a couple of games. Georgia State 7-3 in first place in the West. This is Lopez off the dribble. Green going up, and he's fouled.
Well, just a moment ago, we saw Salyer, who is 6'8", shoot a 3, and that time we saw Corey Green, who's only 6'3", go inside and play among the trees and come away with the offensive rebound and the personal foul. I mean, draw the personal foul, and he'll get to shoot two freebies.
Good look at Bill Jones on the sideline, a little frustrated because his team's been stuck on 10 for quite some time.
And they need a bucket.
Green at the line will get the free throw. Talk about Will Daniel being an athlete. This kid's a real comer, too, for Samford. He's 6'3", 175, and a freshman. He has 7 blocked shots in his last 2 games, so, which that tells you what kind of an athlete this guy is.
Well, how about 9 rebounds versus Troy State? Twice he's been MVP of the state tournament here in Alabama. He was a great find for the Samford Bulldogs. Excellent student. These are all these kids from Samford.
He had 24 points against Florida International in an earlier TAC game, and hits a couple here, and now the Bulldogs are up by 6.
A lot of freshmen. If we were going to declare every player what class he is, we'd say freshman a lot tonight if you're talking about Samford. And quite honestly, Jacksonville State's got a young team, too. Only a couple seniors, a couple transfers playing in their first year, and some freshmen.
Future bright for both of these ball clubs with the young talent that they have on the floor.
No question about it. And of course, as we mentioned, Bill Jones will be stepping down and retiring. I talked to Bill today about that, and he said, well, he's ready to make a move. He's ready to retire from Jacksonville State, but maybe not retire out of basketball. So Said if he could find the right place, he'd like to make a move next year.
Yeah, Butchie told me the same thing. I think that Bill still got some coaching blood in him, doesn't he?
Yeah, sometimes hard to get out of your system. I can relate to that.
Yeah, I bet you can. Inside shot blocked, and Freddie Williams had a block back in his face, and let's see if Jacksonville State can take advantage.
Well, that was Jay Knowlton blocking the shot. He's everywhere. And you know, a guy who scored a lot of points we hadn't heard much from is Darrell Johnson. He's not even in the ball game right now.
Wilson pops out, and he'll get it to go. And finally, Jacksonville State gets a hoop.
Well, Jeremy Wilson, who is from right there in Jacksonville, hometown product, his minutes have been going up in the conference, and you can see why. When you can score points, you can play.
16-13, and Samford turns it over again. This is Beeson, the good-looking freshman. Makes the steal, and here come the Gamecocks. And there's Wilson. 2 in a row.
Well, they get a lot of spark off their bench. It was Johnny Pelham, the assistant coach, told me today, their bench, they've made a lineup change in the last 2 games when they started this win streak. And what it's brought to this team is a lot of intensity and enthusiasm off the bench. And certainly there's an example of it in the last 2 possessions.
Jump right of the goal. Man, you talk about a big-time jam there. Samford's number 22, Mark Sawyers, goes skyward.
Well, you know who played at his high school? A guy named Rex Chapman, who's got big-time hops, but not any bigger than what we just saw right there. And all this student body, they don't care what his SAT scores are. They're more interested in what his vertical jump is right now. And Bill Jones doesn't like it. He's wondering who didn't block out. Who didn't keep him off the boards? That's, you know, one man's junk is another man's pleasure. And, well, I tell you what, Bill Jones is down there saying, who is supposed to check him out? Because every time you're supposed to have responsibility to block out.
So this crowd really into it after that tremendous dunk, and it's 18-15 out of the corner. Jacksonville State tries to answer. He goes out of bounds off Samford, and the Gamecocks will inbound.
Well, Darrell Johnson is back in the game as we take a timeout. He's number 50. He is the leading scorer. Been very quiet here in the first half for Jacksonville.
Got an exciting game, our TAC game of the week. Samford leads by 3, 18-15.
Dear BP, what if you had special trucks that could turn into gas stations? Then we could buy what we need and get to where we're going a lot faster. Signed, Dan.
Dear Dan, we like to keep people moving, from pay at the pump to fast BP shops. P.S. We sent your letter to our engineering group. BP, we keep you moving.
Tonight's winning numbers are 33, 8, 29, 28, 46, and 6. We hope these numbers are lucky for you. We draw out of every second. Actually, every night of the day. Here on this.
Lotto, Georgia. Wow, what a moment.
Who says you can't get Hornets tickets? Well, you can, and you'll be able to see Allen Iverson and the Philadelphia 76ers February 13th for as little as $9 per ticket. Just stop by the Coliseum box office, any Ticketmaster outlet, or call by phone at 704-522-6500. You and your family can be a part of the excitement as this year's edition of the Hornets Hustle and Muscle hosts the 76ers, and there are tickets available starting at $9. So stop by the Coliseum box office or call 704-522-6500 and be a part of Hardball 2.
Home teams, Fox Attitude. You're watching Fox Sports South.
Along with Butch Estes, I'm Jeff Charles, and Samford leads Jacksonville State in the TAC tonight, 18-15. We've talked about the young talent on the floor, and Butch, some good-looking freshmen out here.
Well, Jeremy Wilson, a local product from Jacksonville, Alabama, comes in the game, opens up with a 3, and on the very next possession, giving his team a little spark and enthusiasm off the bench, he takes it to the hole. Through heavy traffic, looked like a New York traffic jam, but he found his way to home. See, both teams struggling just a little bit from the field, but remember now, both these teams are excellent defensive teams. You got to work for a basket in this gym.
Samford gets the steal, and then the timeout call. This will be of the 20-second variety, is Jimmy Tillett.
Well, actually, that's an example of the kind of defense I was talking about there. Samford being very stingy and not allowing Jacksonville to get the ball in bounds. They had to utilize one of their timeouts. It's only a 20, but that's one of 3 that they have for the entire game, and Jimmy Tillett working hard.
Outstanding game tomorrow at 8 o'clock. East Carolina and Richmond in the Colonial Athletic Association. The Pirates beat the Spiders the first time around. East Carolina 8-11 overall, and Richmond having a real fine year. They're 14-5. They're second place in the Colonial Athletic Association. 8 o'clock tomorrow for that one. There's a good look at Jimmy Tillett. A youthful-looking 48 years old, I must say.
A very cerebral coach. He's very much into this game from an X and O standpoint.
There's a jumper. Shot is up and no good. It's tipped out of bounds, and it'll be Samford basketball. Both teams have turned it over 5 times here in the early going as Jay Knowlton gets ready to play defense. You know, Butch, he's played 4 different positions in his career.
Everything but point guard, and I'm sure he's asked Coach Jones to let him do that, but Coach Jones just hasn't found the guts to do that yet.
Into the forecourt, going quickly to the basket. There's a shot up, and it's good by Darrell Johnson. Darrell finally gets on track. That's his first 2, and he's averaging 17.6 a game, which is 3rd in the league.
Well, we had to send a search party out for him here early in the game because he's been invincible. But now he makes his presence known on a hard dribble drive to the basket. See if he can complete the 3-point play.
Darrell will put it up, and he will get it.
That's how you can catch up fast.
And they have caught up. We're tied at 18. We expected a good one tonight. Long-time rivals. These schools have played 66 games in this series, dating back to 1921. We got a hack, and Hickman's going to get it. Jamal will get his first foul for Jacksonville State.
Well, very athletic guards for Jacksonville State. That time a little over anxious.
Reed Rawlings goes out. Boyd Kaiser comes back in for the Bulldogs.
This matchup zone requires a lot of communication.
Here's Lopez, air ball. In the paint. Got a 1st and 10 here. Goes out of bounds, and Samford will control as Ash, 6'8" junior, had to go off his hands.
Now, was that a jump ball or just out of bounds? I believe it was just out of bounds. I haven't seen him turn the possession arrow over, but they won't until they put it in bounds. I was uncertain if it was a jump ball and resulted in possession or if it was just out of bounds.
Samford's got the ball going quickly to the hoop is Will Daniel, and he's going to be fouled.
I tell you what, Will went right past Darrell Johnson. Beat him on the ball, quick penetration to draw the personal. And you know that's one way you can get to the line. You put that ball on the floor and drive hard to the basket. If you're under control like this, you're gonna draw some contact.
Will Daniel, good free throw shooter, 71.2%, and Butch, Samford is a very good free throw shooting team.
You know, Jeff, this is, you and I have done games all year long, but this is the first game, regardless of the league I've done, that both teams come into this game shooting 70% or better from the free throw line. And of course, Samford, one of the top teams in the TAC in that area, and Jacksonville State can't be too far behind because both are over 70%.
Daniel hits a couple here, and Bulldogs go back up by 2 again.
A little flex action by the Gamecocks.
Sawyers up high and rips it down. Well, he's got good hops.
He certainly does. I like this guy.
Real good-looking athlete.
He certainly is. Just a freshman. Can shoot it and jump.
Williams short off the front iron, and the rebound cleared by David Ash.
Well, he had to go over Ash. Ash is a pretty good-sized guy. He's 6'8", 220, got long arms. He plays bigger than he actually is.
He's got the ball on the wing and try and work it down low, and there's a fine steal by Will Daniels.
They got luck on that one right there. That wasn't a great pass from Daniels. It hit him in the foot, hit Kaiser in the foot, but he made the most of it.
Kaiser's got 6 points, and they're on their feet here at Seibert Hall as Samford leads by 4. Hickman with a running right-hander, and there's a push on the way to the hoop.
Well, Lopez is kind of the mainstay of this Samford defense and team, and Hickman, I believe, can take him off the dribble anytime he wants, so we'll look for a little bit more isolation for maybe the Jacksonville team. There you see was a bad pass off Kaiser's foot, but he recovered, had good presence, and went for the high percentage shot.
Jacksonville State looks to inbound. Jacksonville State was a terrific program in Division II basketball. They won the 1985 Division II National Championship. They were 31-1. Bill Jones was named Coach of the Year in Division II that year. And there's a penetration and a layup by Johnson.
Well, both these teams are taking advantage of that offensive maneuver, and that's just putting it on the floor and taking the basket. The defenses have got to tighten up and not get beat on the ball so easy.
Will Daniel can't find anybody to throw it to, so he shoots it. Offensive rebound. Kaiser, and there's Sawyers on the other side.
Bill Jones said to me 10 times today, we've got to keep him off the boards. I listened to him, but I'm not sure his team did, because that's about 3 or 4 straight possessions where they've gotten second and third shots.
Ash has got the ball up top. He'll find Beeson. Beeson will shoot a 3, and he's hacked on the arm, and Will Daniel gets the foul, and Beeson's got a chance to shoot 3 free throws.
Can you imagine this guy, Beeson? He just played in a small high school in Alabama. He's just a freshman. He's 6'5". It's just an excellent this program.
In fact, he played for Tommy Pelham, was his high school coach. Tommy now on the staff here at Jacksonville State as an assistant.
Yeah, Johnny, excellent high school coach, and you know, there by his own merit, but I'm sure that Coach Jones didn't mind him bringing Beeson along with him, because he is a fine talent. And I haven't seen all the freshmen in the tag, but certainly this guy's got to be a candidate for Freshman of the Year.
Johnny really familiar with what Alex can do, coaching him in high school and now at the college level. And
you can see the sweat on those guys. It's really hot in here tonight. It's kind of cold and a miserable night on the outside, but it's a very small, compact place, and it's packed to the roof tonight. You can't get another sardine in this can.
No doubt about it. It's about 4,000 strong here at Samford Hall. Great home court atmosphere. Samford basketball. Samford leads by 1. They look to bring it up. Tipped out of bounds, and Jacksonville State's going to get it back. Jimmy Tillett did not like that call. So now the Gamecocks have a chance to take the lead here. Ash, who's come off the bench on the wing, gives it to Johnson, and man, was that one ever spiked out of bounds by Corey Green.
Well, you know, I've been talking about Johnson being silent tonight. Maybe I just found out the reason. It might be Corey Green, number 24. Watch this take. Great take off the dribble, but Corey recovers, and boy, he got all ball that time.
That's his 8th block shot, Butch, in the last 3 games, and this guy's a 6'3" guard.
And there is the second time out where Jacksonville couldn't get the ball in on the baseline. Excellent defense by the Samford Bulldogs.
So Bill Jones will have to rally the troops here for Jacksonville State. You see Bill in the middle of the huddle there. Let's take another look at that block by Corey Green. Get that one out of here.
The only thing he could have done is perhaps block it and kept it in play, but when you're just a freshman, you're just kind of happy to get up there and then play that kind of inspired basketball. And then on the ensuing inbounds play, Samford really tightened up defensively and didn't allow Jacksonville State to get the ball in there.
Samford's won 3 of the last 4. We had the game last year at Jacksonville. What a thriller that one was. Samford won by 2 points on the road, and Will Daniel had 22 points. And there's a look at Bill Jones, 474 wins in his career. He's really a legend at Jacksonville State. And he was a great softball player. He's in the American Softball Association Hall of Fame. He played a year in the Pittsburgh Pirate Baseball Organization.
Maybe that's what he's going to do in retirement, play for the senior league.
Quickly into the forecourt. Here comes Lopez all the way to the basket with a running right-hander.
Nice job of using his body. I thought Beeson might go after it and try to block. He had a pretty good angle, but he chose not to.
26-23. The guys in the white with the lead.
Tempo has really slowed down since that first few minutes when we got off to such a fast start. Again, Samford preferring a more deliberate tempo, where Jacksonville State wants the up tempo.
Will Daniel right back into the lineup. Jacksonville State now with a 3. They can tie it up. And they like to shoot 3s. They've hit 3 of them here in the first half.
Well, they come in here as one of the leading teams in the nation shooting 3, or at least making 3s. They're not bashful about it.
Here's Hickman, senior point guard out of Gadsden, Alabama, by way of Gadsden State. He'll shoot a 3, and he'll drill it. Line drive shot went in.
Boy, he had to earn that, because Lopez was on him just all over him.
They say his foot was on the line, so they'll just give him 2, and Jamal gets his first basket.
That was excellent concentration, though, by Hickman. Gadsden State transfer. Gadsden State's had a lot of great players, and several of these players coming out of community colleges here in the state of Alabama, where they enjoy good junior college basketball.
Lopez looks to trigger and kicks it to Sawyers, and his jumper wouldn't go, and there's a high rebound by Will Daniel.
I tell you what, this zone defense has cut down a little bit on the offensive execution that Samford has enjoyed in the last 3 or 4 games. They're not as free to move in this matchup zone as they are against man-to-man.
Lopez will fire, and he'll hit it.
Is he steady or what? I mean, he steals the ball, makes 2, then comes down and gives you the 3. He's playing an excellent floor game as well as contributing some points to his team.
Has 5 points, and Samford leads by 4. He really is a cool customer out there, the sophomore out of New Orleans. Here's Johnson to the basket. Wouldn't go, and there's Sawyers. He's been all over the floor, Butch, at both ends.
He certainly has. Nice-looking freshman. Jones has got to be a little bit frustrated. I mean, he is, Johnson, he's got to just be just a little bit frustrated. Excellent leading scorer on his team, excellent offensive player, and he's coming away from here just a couple points here in the first 18 minutes.
Samford looks for another basket here to lengthen the lead. Daniel will shoot the 3. Good-looking shot when it left his hand, and it hits nothing but the bottom of the net.
Well, they're getting some good looks because of Lopez's penetration. He drew the defense and pitched it out to Daniel, who had a wide-open look. He gets his feet set. He's very capable.
Little working margin now. 7-point lead for Samford. Daniel and Knowlton, 2 of the better players in attack, going at it right there. Here's Beeson. Finds Hickman. Jamal will trigger it again. Nope. And there's Daniel now working the glass.
Well, the Bulldogs have been able to put a little distance between themselves and the Gamecocks here in the last minute or so. This is an important minute 26 if you're a Jacksonville fan.
Lopez, there he is again with that penetration.
I like this little guy. You can't say enough good things about him. They had a guy here named Tyler Davis, point guard, who was supposed to be the leader of this team. He went down with an ACL injury early in the season, and Lopez has really come into his own. He's given the opportunity.
9-point lead for Samford. They're closing with a rush, and they get another steal. Lopez with the lob, going skyward with a jam is Will Daniel.
Well, Daniels is a showman, but the maestro of the orchestra is Lopez. What a great pass and heads-up play.
Biggest lead of the night. Samford closing in a rush at home here right before halftime. They're on their feet. Hickman takes it in the paint, and a foul called against the Bulldogs.
Well, the way Lopez is playing, I believe that will be his 2nd foul, and I still like the idea of Hickman taking him off the dribble and maybe getting him in foul trouble and making him play some defense. They're going to, I would assume, get him out right now as we've only got 36 seconds left. You keep him out of foul trouble. There you see the man of the hour right now. Done it at both ends of the floor, Jeff.
Sophomore out of New Orleans. Jimmy Tillett told me yesterday he's his best defender too, Butch. He can really put pressure on the ball. And here's Jamal Hickman. 4.5 assists for Jamal. He ranks 3rd in attack in assists. He's a good little point guard in his own right. Missed the free throw. Fowler gets the rebound and puts it in.
Boy, that was big. That was really big. Stop a little bit of the bleeding here.
Cuts it to single digits. And let's see if Samford now will play for the last shot.
Certainly will. You've got the shot clock is off. I'm sure they'll run a set play with about 10 seconds to go. Either penetration or pitch or some type of screen to get a good look. There's your penetration.
There's your pitch. And a shot, no, but a foul called going down hard was Corey Green.
Boy, he is an acrobatic, athletic. I don't know if he's a 2-guard or 3-man, but whatever he is, I like his game. Nice pitch by Daniel. He broke the seams of that defense, broke it down off the dribble.
Jimmy Tillett's got to be happy the way his ball club has played here the last 3 or 4 minutes.
Uh-oh. Might have found a little crack in the cement here, a little weakness in the game, his free throw shoot. Let's look at his second one. That one he wasn't very comfortable. No follow-through, no extension.
67%er, and he missed them both, but there's Daniel with the rebound. He's going up. Nope. Jacksonville State maybe has a chance to get one off. Intercepted, and the shot no good at the buzzer. It wouldn't have counted anyway. And the Samford Bulldogs with a good run for this man right here, Jimmy Tillett, their first-year head coach. He'll take his team into the locker room at halftime, and they are up by 9. It's 36-27. We're coming back with halftime right after this.
The Trans-America Athletic Conference is celebrating its 20th year as a Division I member of the NCAA. With 12 member institutions throughout the Southeast, the TAC offers competitive opportunities for more than 2,000 student athletes in 15 championship sports. More than 1/3 of all TAC athletes earn all academic honors each year. Great schools, great cities. The Trans-America Athletic Conference.
So young then, and so proud to be at Jacksonville State, the gem of the hills, the friendliest campus in the South. Today, JSU does so much with scholarships and excellence in teaching. I'm not so young anymore, but I'm still proud to be a member of the Alumni Association.
Welcome back to Samford Hall as we're in Birmingham, Alabama, and the Samford Bulldogs have a 36-27 lead in our TAC game of the week. Samford leading Jacksonville State in a West Division battle here in the Trans-America Athletic Conference. Well, we always like to bring you an update on our TAC update, brought to you by the Franklin Life Insurance Company, and get you caught up on the news and notes and the happenings around the TAC. Let's look at the scores from last night. Campbell beat Mercer by 4. It was Centenary over Troy State 80-70. Also last night, Central Florida beat Stetson in a battle in the Sunshine State 77-74. And the College of Charleston beat Georgia State. That was a battle last night of the East first place team, Charleston, against the West first place team, Georgia State. And Charleston won it 79-52. Let's look at the standings. The College of Charleston just continues to roll on. John Kress's ball club is really amazing. They're 11-0, 17-3, coming off that NCAA appearance last year when they beat Maryland in the first round. Florida International's having a good year. Then comes Central Florida, Stetson, Florida Atlantic, and Campbell at 4-7. Let's go over to the West now. Georgia State, Lefty Drizel's ball club, is 7-3. Samford is 5-5. Centenary 4-6, followed by Jacksonville State, Mercer, and then Troy State at 2-8. Thursday's games, big night in the TAC on Thursday. Samford will be at Centenary, Jacksonville State at Troy State, Florida Atlantic will be at Stetson, and Central Florida will be at home in Orlando. They'll be taking on Florida International. And coming up on Saturday, we'll have Central Florida and Stetson on Saturday, February the 14th. You can check your local listings, as that should be an interesting battle between those two. We're at halftime here. It's 36-26. Samford leads. The commissioner is coming up next.
It's a colonial showdown as Coach Beeline leads the Spiders into a battle with the Pirates. East Carolina, Richmond, Wednesday at 8 on Fox Sports South. The Bruins travel into Duck Country. UCLA, Oregon, Thursday at 10:30 on Fox Sports South.
Man, this gray hair makes me look old.
Then do what I did. Get rid of it.
You were gray? I never knew that.
No one can tell you use the remarkable hair coloring called Just for Men. Simply shampoo in, then rinse. In only 5 minutes, this unique Just for Men formula blends away the gray, actually matches your gray to your real color.
Even I can't tell what used to be gray. Thanks.
Just for Men. Looks so natural, even friends can't tell.
What would you do if you had to choose between the buffalo and the giraffes? Between a flower or an elephant? What would you choose? What if you had to decide between a 100-year-old tree and a 1,000,000-year-old beach? between drinking clean water or breathing clean air, would you make the right choice? Would there be a right choice? Now there's a way to help. Not just one, but all these things. EarthShare, the world's leading environmental groups working together. It's one choice we can all live with. Ask your employer about workplace giving.
Home team's Fox Attitude. You're watching Fox Sports South.
We're at halftime. It's the TAC game of the week. Samford leading Jacksonville State by the score of 36-27. I'm Jeff Charles. Nice to have you aboard for our TAC game of the week, and it's always great to visit with the commissioner of the Trans-America Athletic Conference, Bill Bibb. Bill, we've seen a really exciting first half. These two teams have really gotten the ball up and down the floor tonight.
Well, it's been a really good game for the fans. We've got a good crowd here and a lot of students out and a lot of activity going on. And I thought it was a real well-played game, and the thing I liked about it, I guess the officials let them play and still did a good job with the game. So it's still anybody's game, and this is the kind of game we like to see.
Bill, Franklin Life Insurance has been such a big part of this television package. They have re-upped for another 2 years. I know how happy that has to make you.
Well, we're very pleased with it because the main thing, we've had 6 games. We'll continue to have that. And then starting next year, we'll add 2 more to move us to 8. Those 2 will be used in our tournament. And that way, that will make us have the semifinals of our tournament taken care of as far as television is concerned. So we're very proud of that. And getting ready this year, that moves us on into our tournament. Speaking of that, they're playing a big part in our tournament now and getting to where they're going to play more. So we're looking forward to that the last part of this month in Charleston again. Sellout last year. It looks like this year it's going to be the same way. I was up there a week ago. As you know, we were there. And they tell me that the tickets are going real well. There's very few of them left. In fact, I think all that's left are what's going to be turned back, if any, by the various schools.
Bill, Jacksonville State on the floor here tonight. You've got Jacksonville University coming into the league next year. I know how happy you have to be to have the Dolphins come in.
Well, you know, we're losing Charleston, and they've been really good for us. They're a great program. John Kress is just a great coach, and they've meant a lot to us. We think at Jacksonville, we've looked at Jacksonville for 2 or 3 years. We've been hoping that they would come in because we knew they were interested, and this year they made the move. They'll start in our conference next fall and be playing. In fact, they will be hosting our tournament for the next 2 years down there in the arena there. So it's a very nice place to play. So we're looking forward to it. Hugh Durham is there, their new coach that coached at Georgia and at Florida State. He's going to do a good job for them. We're looking forward. They'll help us.
Bill, always great to see you, and I know we'll have a good second half here tonight as well.
Well, we're looking forward to it. Thank you, Jeff.
That's Bill Bibb, commissioner of the TAC. Hang in there with us. We're coming back with highlights right after this timeout.
Hi, this is Kevin Riggin with Sonny King Honda, and I would like to personally invite you in to experience the Sonny King difference. With over 48 years of selling experience, we not only deliver a car, we deliver our family. 98 Civic LX Automatic, only $199 a month. The all-new CR-V, 4-wheel drive, only $269 a month. No pressure selling, honesty, and integrity is what we live by. Always remember, at Sonny King Honda, you will always find the best price, best service, period.
Quality education at an affordable cost. Over 40 undergraduate and 22 graduate programs. A wide range of career options. Small classes taught by highly qualified professors. Financial aid awarded to more than half the student body. Distance learning. Jacksonville State University, where your future begins.
Franklin.
Life.
Franklin.
Life.
Franklin.
Life.
The Franklin Life Insurance Company.
Partners in life with American families since 1884.
At Samford University, students get their passport to the future. It's called Connexus. Through Connexus, students discover how to live and work in a global community. They learn to use leading-edge technology, and they develop a faith that is real. Connexus brings students and teachers together through interactive classroom experiences. This rigorous, problem-based curriculum gives Samford students a jump on the 21st century.
Welcome back to Samford Hall. It's at halftime, and Samford has the lead. Jeff Charles along with Butch Estes. Nice to have you aboard tonight. Butch, you talked about it in the first half. Offensive rebounding for Samford. We look at the stat sheet. They have 14 offensive rebounds. A nightmare for Bill Jones.
No question, and I'm sure that's getting a lot of attention right now in the Jacksonville State locker room. Also, Mark Salyers has been a big lift for the Samford team coming off the bench. But we still got 20 more minutes of basketball, and really, when you've only got a 9-point lead, that's not a lot in a game like this.
Especially if you're Jacksonville State, because the Jacksonville State Ball Club can shoot threes and catch up in a hurry. We're coming back with more at halftime right after this.
I'm not here to play a game or to see if you can spell horse. I came to take it to the hole and bury you in it. And if you got a problem with that, good. We'll get along just fine. Life is a sport. Drink it up.
4 World Cup qualifiers get their biggest test before France 98, the CONCACAF Gold Cup on Fox Sports World, featuring host nation United States.
Oh, that's a splendid goal!
The world's best, Brazil.
But maybe there's a goal! Oh, yes, there is!
2-time defending Cup champions, Mexico. And up-and-coming, Jamaica. Before they play for the World Cup, see them go for the gold. If you want the Gold Cup, call 1-800-FOX-WORLD.
Every day I try my best to meet the challenges that come with doing the toughest job in the world. If I fail, the consequences could be serious. That job isn't being president, it's being a parent.
And today, with drugs and all the other pressures facing our children, it's tougher than ever to be a good parent. It's a job that none of us can do alone. That's why 350 wonderful organizations have come together to create the Coalition for America's Children to help parents raise good kids.
The Coalition knows hundreds of ways you can help. Whether you're a young adult who can serve as a role model for troubled teens, or a retired person who can supervise an after-school program, the Coalition can help you get involved right in your own community. We hope you will contact the Coalition soon and find a role that fits your schedule and your interest. You can make a difference. Thank you.
Welcome back to Samford. The homestanding Bulldogs with a 9-point lead at halftime. Butch Estes, let's look at the first half highlights. And for Jacksonville State, young man came off the bench, number 5, Jeremy Wilson, and really made a contribution.
Well, they got a lot of lift off their bench with a lot of enthusiasm, some good scores. And here you're going to see a starter in Robinson who takes the ball and reverses it. Jacksonville State got off to an early start, but this little guy right here, Mr. Steady, Mr. Dependable, Lopez, the point guard, Mario Lopez, Super Mario with a pass to Will Daniels, and that's how Jacksonville established a 9-point lead.
That's where we stand. We're just about ready for the second half. Hang in there with us. We're coming right back to Samford.
The worries of being 65.
My biggest worry? How cold the water's gonna be.
Well, I guess this aphids on my roses.
Are the bluegills biting?
At age 65, the least of your worries should be your health care coverage. Call this toll-free number and find out about the worry-free health care plan from Seniors First. Seniors First pays 100% of your hospitalization. There are no monthly plan premiums and no deductibles. You also receive annual physicals. You pay only $5 per doctor visit, and you receive $100 toward eyeglasses and much more. Stop worrying about your health care coverage and start worrying about the more important things in life.
Seniors First, a program of Health Partners and Baptist Health System. Call 1-800-889-9922 to sign up now. That's 1-800-889-9922.
Franklin.
Life.
Franklin.
Life.
Franklin.
Life.
Franklin Life Insurance Company.
Partners in life with American families since 1884.
Fox Sports has a long tradition of innovation. You can see that same spirit in every Fox Sports News show.
End up in that hot zone because our goal isn't to give you just a score, a highlight, or a stat.
It's about trying something new, something different.
It's to take you closer to the story than ever before.
Let me ask you about that third down call.
Got those who set them low and away? At least that's the plan.
Home team's Fox attitude. You're watching Fox Sports South.
TAC basketball is brought to you by the Franklin Life Insurance Company. The Franklin Partners in Life with American families yesterday, today, and tomorrow. And by the 12 member schools of the Trans-America Athletic Conference. The TAC, celebrating its 20th year as a Division I athletic conference. Welcome back to Samford. Let's take a look at the first half stats. Jacksonville State, 10 out of 24, and you can see Samford has 4 more field goals. 3-point field goals. Again, both teams like to shoot the three. You can see they both jacked it up there quite a bit. But the rebounding battle really favors Samford. That's really the main reason, Butch, that they have built this lead here. They got that little run right before halftime.
Well, one of the weaknesses of playing zone is you do give up some second shots because you don't have individual block-out responsibilities, and that's been a concern with the Jacksonville coaching staff. And it came back to haunt them in the first half. We'll see about halftime adjustments. As we've so often said, first 5 minutes of the half is probably the most important for both teams.
Samford's got the basketball, and there's a shot up, but it's no good out of the corner, and a rebound to Jacksonville State. Let's see if the Gamecocks now can cut into the lead. They are down by 9 as we start the second half of play.
Well, both teams in the first half struggle to get good shots.
There's a three out of the corner, and it's up and it's good. And Beeson, the good-looking freshman, drills his second three of the night for Jacksonville State.
He's a big-time player, let me tell you. I haven't seen all the freshmen in this league, but I got to think that there can't be many more that are better than him.
36-30 as Jacksonville State gets a hoop to start the second half. That's big. They need to get off to a good start here in the second 20 minutes. Look at Daniel slice to the basket. The follow wouldn't go, and the rebound cleared insane.
I tell you what, twice, though, Kaiser's been right in there with his hands on the ball to get a second shot, but it's come away empty.
Hickman's got the ball, and he'll give it up to Beeson. Going backdoor, and the shot by Beeson wouldn't go. They executed, but the ball wouldn't go in the hoop.
Well, I bragged on the freshman, and he just wanted to prove it. He's still a freshman, and he's capable of making mistakes. He was wide open off of a back pick. That was a breakdown defensively by the Bulldogs. And I'm sure Beeson wishes he had that one back.
Samford's got the basketball. And there's a bad pass stolen away, and here comes Johnson. Burrell had a quiet first half with 5 points. He's averaging 17. Beeson with the three wouldn't go, and the rebound pulled down by Freddie Williams.
Well, he had a nice look. He had that one in the fast break transition. Poor pickup by Samford, but Samford kind of dodges a bullet.
Just underway, as you can see, in the second half. Here's Lopez, Mr. Steady at the point. Out of the corner, his shot wouldn't go, and a rebound cleared by Beeson. Here comes Hickman. He'll stop and pop it. Beeson tries to keep it alive, and Lopez rips it down. Here's Will Daniel looking to set it up for the Samford Bulldogs. Tries to get it to Williams, and it's knocked out of bounds, and Samford will retain possession.
Good help in there by Robinson. He went down and kind of jammed the post when Williams got the ball and deflected it out of bounds. You don't want to let Williams get isolated in that low block area because he's a quick athlete, capable of beating most people on the inside.
Will Daniel to Lopez, and Mario looks to set it up.
Super Mario so far here.
Off a pick out of the corner, nothing but the bottom of the net for Reed Rawlings. He's been quiet, Butch. That's his first three.
Yeah, the sophomore out of McCauley High School in Chattanooga, Tennessee, finally finds the range. He's had some good games. He had 20 points in the first meeting against Jacksonville early, or last year, I should say. First half last year, he had 20 points against this same team. Been absolutely stone silent here in this game.
Yeah, he's averaging 11 a game. He had 20 against Stetson in the game earlier this year, so he can fill it up. His dad played at Ole Miss. He's got the ball in the corner. Going to the hoop with the running right-hander, wouldn't go, and Reed's going to go to the line. Getting more involved now in the offense.
It's kind of funny, Jeff. He's been so quiet and really hasn't been involved in the offense, and he gets that three-pointer, and then he wants the ball and immediately takes it to the hoop. It's like his confidence level just rises with that success. And so many players, it's so conditional upon their offensive success. Their energy level just goes up if their offensive game's on. It really takes a strong athlete with a lot of willpower if you're not playing well to continue to play hard.
Reed Rawlings will get the free throw. Samford as a team, 73.6%. That's the best percentage in the TAC. As you see David Ash come back in. He made a good contribution to the first half. Big kid at 6'8", 225.
And look at that free throw shooting percentage, 78.4. That will put him about 8th in the TAC in free throw shooting. And just amazed. This is the first game all year where both teams have been over 70% free throw shooting. That's a lost art in the game of basketball.
It really is. Samford leads by 11, and Jacksonville State having to play from behind. Looks to set it up. Beeson, high post to Ash. Beeson again. There's Robinson. Robinson's got kind of a different looking shot. That one didn't go down. It kicked out of bounds, but Jacksonville State will retain possession.
You have to give him a lot of credit. He hustled after that ball. He knew he had missed it. He knew where it was going, so he chased it down. That's something you teach little kids. Follow your own shot. He did an excellent job there. And, boy, that's a picture of Beeson. I love this guy. He's going to be quite a story in the TAC as he continues to mature. He's already mature for his age.
11.1 points a game for the freshman. Here's Robinson. He'll shoot it and miss it. Good block out, but sneaking inside was Beeson for the rebound. And then he lost it out of bounds.
Well, he made a nice move, but he forgot to take the basketball with him.
Jimmy Tillett off the bench, and Bill Jones pleading his case to the officials. His ball club is behind here by 11. We're coming right back.
The Trans-America Athletic Conference is celebrating its 20th year as a Division I member of the NCAA. With 12 member institutions throughout the Southeast, the TAC offers competitive opportunities for more than 2,000 student athletes in 15 championship sports. More than 1/3 of all TAC athletes earn all academic honors each year. Great schools, great cities. The Trans-America Athletic Conference.
Hi, this is Kevin Riggin with Sonny King Honda, and I would like to personally invite you in to experience the Sonny King difference. With over 48 years of selling experience, we not only deliver a car, we deliver our family. 98 Civic LX Automatic, only $199 a month. The all-new CR-V, four-wheel drive, only $269 a month. No pressure selling, honesty, and integrity is what we live by. Always remember, at Sonny King Honda, you will always find the best price, best service, period.
I spent 4 of the best years of my life at Jacksonville State. I will always remember the good times and the friendships I made. That's why JSU is called the friendliest campus in the South. Our Alumni Association carries on the tradition.
Well, we've got some little Samford fans here tonight on this rainy night in Alabama, but it's nice and dry inside here, and that little fella's enjoying an 11-point lead for the Bulldogs. Coming up, following the game, Fox Sports News will get you caught up on all the news in the world of sports immediately following our game tonight from Birmingham. Jacksonville State cheerleaders are here. It's only about an hour's drive from Jacksonville, Alabama, down to Birmingham, and they're trying to bring their team from behind here as they're down by 11. Samford's got the ball. Lopez, good look inside. Kaiser goes up and he's hammered.
That's the result of Lopez breaking the defense down on the dribble, drawing it to him, and then just delivering the ball to Kaiser, who had a point-blank look, and the only thing that was left for Jacksonville to do, Jacksonville State, was to foul.
At the line, here's Boyd Kaiser, sophomore, hometown product from right here in Birmingham, and he gets the free throw to go. He had 2 brothers that played at Alabama, and his dad played at Oklahoma. So a real basketball family.
You count down these rosters, and about 80% of both rosters are from the state of Alabama. That's testimony to the quality of high school and junior college basketball is played in this state. He most known as a football state. There's a lot of great athletes and basketball players around here.
Johnson missed it, and it's ripped down inside by Freddie Williams. Butch, Jacksonville State's going to have to get some stops here. This game's getting away from them a little bit. They're down 13.
Yeah, they're not scoring. They came out of the blocks for those first 6 points, but they've been silent since then. Samford's tightened up defensively a little bit. You're exactly right. When you're not scoring, it puts a lot of pressure on your defense.
Daniel controls to Kaiser.
Good ball movement. Very unselfish team.
Nice shot off the glass by Freddie Williams.
That's that quickness on the inside. He gets isolated one-on-one. He's quicker than most post players because he's like a 3 or 4 man playing the 5 position.
45-30 now. Samford's biggest lead, and there's a good scoop to the hoop, and that'll help Jacksonville State just a little bit.
Yeah, they needed that one, and again, Darrell Johnson, one of the leading scorers of this team, only had 4.5 points in the first half. He's averaging almost 18.
Yeah, he's second in attack and scoring. He's been quiet tonight. And another good look and another layup for Boyd Kaiser.
You got to give Samford a lot of credit. They're really probing the defense. There are some open areas in that zone, that matchup zone, and they're certainly finding them and getting point-blank shots.
There's the 3 by Johnson. No good. Rebound ripped down by Freddie Williams, getting 7 boards a game.
You know, the thing that I think that I've noticed about Jacksonville, they don't have any kind of inside game on any consistent basis. It's all a jump shooting thing, and it's really starting to backfire a little bit on them right now.
Like they say, Butch, you live by the jump shot, you die by the jump shot. They're dying right now. They're just not going down for it. Quickly to the hoop. There's Rawlings. Wouldn't go. And the rebound to Beeson.
Nice take, but you got to finish. They give the Jacksonville State defensive players a little credit there. They got this one just enough.
Up and under move by Robinson. It wouldn't go. We've got a whistle.
Well, I'm glad to see Robinson take that ball to the basket and put a little bit more pressure on the defense because you've got to do it. You've either got to penetrate on the dribble or penetrate by the pass to get that ball the inside. And that's what they've been lacking here in the last 2 or 3 minutes as they've struggled from the field.
Rawlings gets the foul, and going to the line is Jason Robinson out of Leesburg, Alabama. Missed the free throw. He was the TAC Player of the Week in the first week of the season. He's another player out of Gadsden State. This kid can fill it up. He had 28 against Georgia Southern and 22 against Alabama State. And we see that good-looking freshman come back, Mark Sawyers for Samford.
Well, both teams going to the bench, both willing to play 8 or 9 deep.
Robinson rolls the second one in.
Knowlton and Sawyers over here, a little one-on-one battle going at it. Looked like a little blocking exercise in football.
14-point game, and Samford looks to add to the lead.
Well, they're having to extend this defense a little bit now as they find themselves down 14 points.
Out of the corner, Sawyers hits it again. Boy, this is a good-looking kid.
You know, I talk about freshman of the year. Don't leave this guy out, at least not based on tonight's performance. He probably overheard me over there on the bench. He's talking about his buddy, Beeson. He said, hey, Coach Estes, I want to let freshman of the year action too, buddy.
Well, he doesn't have the numbers that Beeson has. He hasn't had the playing time, but tonight, Butch, he's really been impressive. He has 10 points. He has 2 threes, and as we've seen, he can do it inside or outside.
Well, he's averaging 17 minutes and putting in 6 points a game, and averaging 4 rebounds. That's not bad for that amount of minutes.
Shot off the glass, no. Tip, no. And ripping it down inside is Williams.
You see, there's no easy shots for either team. And Bill Jones very frustrated because he felt like there was a lot of contact, but it's been a very fairly called game. The standpoint has been loosely called. Now, I wonder if that could have been a makeup call because Coach Jones had complained very vehemently over on his sidelines about the last play, and maybe sometimes the referees have that on their mind.
There's a charge, and Jimmy Tillett in his first year at Samford not too happy on that call.
Now Tillett's going to get his 2 cents in.
You said cerebral. He looks like an English teacher or something. You know what, Butch? He doesn't look like a basketball coach.
Oh, boy, the block charge, the toughest call in basketball. You got to have the feet set. And again, attorney at law, Jimmy Tillett, getting in his 2 cents.
No doubt.
Pleading his case.
Jimmy very well respected, as is Bill Jones.
Gary Maxwell, you can see him up there at the top of your screen telling Bill Jones, I've heard enough. When you put that palm up like a traffic cop with that stop motion, that means I've heard enough.
You must know that from experience.
I do, and Jones is good enough. He's a veteran enough coach. He knows when to back off.
Jay Knowlton will bomb the 3, his second 3 of the evening, and Jay's been a little quiet. He's averaging 16 a game, 5th of the attack. He only has 6, but maybe he can bring them back here. They're down 14.
Well, he and Beeson have provided the offensive punch so far, as you mentioned several times tonight. Darrell Johnson kind of quiet.
There's the steal. Here's Hickman for the challenge. He'll stop and pop and hit it.
That was pretty smart. I like to see a guy go ahead and play one-on-one, and he chose a short jump shot because if he'd taken it to Daniel, Daniel probably got the best of him.
Daniel 7 inches taller. He wasn't going to try and challenge Will inside. Pulled up and hit the jumper, and Jacksonville State trying to get on a little bit of a run here. Will Daniel for the jam.
Well, he just got lost down on the baseline. They failed to pick him up, and I mean, he was wide open. They're just finding the seams in this defense.
Robinson tries to make it happen himself. Good hustle, and a good save by Beeson on the baseline.
Well, he's got a lot of poise for a freshman. Never seems to panic, always under control.
Hickman lost it. And a scrap on the floor. Possession arrow points the way of Jacksonville State, and the Gamecocks will retain possession.
Samford running the Princeton-style offense, known for its back doors. That time, Jacksonville State tried it, but good hands by the Samford defense, and it'll be baseline out of bounds.
Bill Jones trying to rally the troops here. He is down at 12 with his, actually 14 with his Jacksonville State team. We're coming right back.
Dear BP, what if you had special trucks that could turn into gas stations? Then we could buy what we need and get to where we're going a lot faster. Signed, Dan.
Dear Dan, we like to keep people moving, from pay at the pump to fast BP shops. P.S. We sent your letter to our engineering group. BP, we keep you moving.
Every day I try my best to meet the challenges that come with doing the toughest job in the world. If I fail, the consequences could be serious. That job isn't being president, it's being a parent.
And today, with drugs and all the other pressures facing our children, it's tougher than ever to be a good parent. It's a job that none of us can do alone. That's why 350 wonderful organizations have come together to create the Coalition for America's Children to help parents raise good kids.
The Coalition knows hundreds of ways you can help. Whether you're a young adult who can serve as a role model for troubled teens, or a retired person who can supervise an after-school program, the Coalition can help you get involved right in your own community. We hope you will contact the Coalition soon and find a role that fits your schedule and your interest. You can make a difference. Thank you.
Welcome back to Samford, along with Butch Estes. I'm Jeff Charles. A little history tonight, regional television. And Butch, we've talked all night long about how good Samford is in the half-court offense.
Well, they move the ball quickly there to isolate Williams one-on-one in the post, and he uses his quickness for an easy two. And here, just moments later, you see great ball movement. One of the best places to attack a zone defense is from the baseline up. And that time, Will Daniels just found the open area, and his teammates found him with a great pass for an easy deuce.
Well, the Bulldog is fired up because the Samford team is up by 14 points, 52-38.
Both of these teams in the West Division. Samford in second place behind Georgia State. Georgia State, of course, losing last night at the College of Charleston, giving Samford even more life as they battle for positioning in the all-important tournament, or seeding for the tournament, which will be coming up in Charleston in late February.
Bill Jones, his ball club, making the transition from Division II to Division I. It's still 5 years before they will be eligible to play in the NCAA tournament.
He's been a real credit as he's brought the coaching profession into Jacksonville State, as he's brought this program from Division II to Division I. And as you say, under the toughest of conditions, because he's not eligible to play in the tournament, and people use that against him in recruiting. They say, you know, why do you want to go there when you can't play in the tournament? So he's done a great job, certainly got some good talent out here on this floor.
Going to the basket is Jay Knowlton, and got a foul underneath the hoop.
Well, it's been a very physical game with a lot of pushing and shoving. That time they got caught. Knowlton on a nice take to the basket. Drew the foul.
Foul when against Samford Sawyers. Knowlton takes it up to the paint, off the glass. Good-looking shot.
That was a very good shot. Maintained good balance, even though Will Daniels was trying to body him up, but he was able to maintain concentration, keep good balance.
Jacksonville State down 12, and the Bulldogs attack.
Jacksonville State staying in the matchup zone. It's a zone, but they're switching. Sometimes it's a man, sometimes it's a zone. Very difficult to determine which it is, so you just got to run one offense against no matter what they throw at you.
Here's Lopez. He will rip it in.
Get good ball movement and good man movement. If you move yourself, you move the ball, you can find some open areas.
Lopez with his second three, and Samford by 15 big ones. Good dribble to the hoop for the basket by Jason Robinson.
Well, he likes that right hand, but boy, is he strong and quick with it. Talking a little junk down there, little trash talking going on right now on the court. Watch this strong drive to the basket as he beats the freshman Sawyers. Draws the foul, and he'll get one. Plus a little bit of jawing going on after the shot between Robinson and a couple of the other Samford players.
Out of Gadsden State, free throw is up, and it's good by Jason, and he's trying to bring the Gamecocks back. Samford has won 3 of the last 4 games in the series. And overall, Samford's won 36, and Jacksonville State's won 30. Out of the corner, Sawyers wouldn't quite go, tip wouldn't go, and got a push inside, the foul called on Jacksonville State.
Well, Beeson, I believe, got caught on that one, but you got to admire him because you know Bill Jones emphasizes the fundamental technique of blocking out at halftime. His freshman trying to do the best he could, but he got caught.
We got a timeout called. Samford and Jacksonville State with a 20-second timeout here. Jacksonville State's had back-to-back 10 and 17 years. We talked about making that transition from Division II to Division I, and Bill Jones has been a real credit to Jacksonville State University. Throughout his career, he's in the Hall of Fame at Jacksonville State. Got a lot of basketball coming up this week. We're really in the heart of basketball season here in February. Teams heading down the stretch, getting ready for their conference tournaments. And tomorrow, the Pirates of East Carolina will go to the Robins Center and take on the Richmond Spiders. You can catch that CAA battle at 8 o'clock tomorrow right here.
Jeff, you know the only thing better than regular season college basketball?
Conference tournament basketball.
Conference tournament basketball. Do or die.
And the jam was put up and missed by Green, the freshman, and Jacksonville State with a rebound.
We talked about Jacksonville State would not be eligible for an NCAA bid, but somebody out of this tournament will go to the big dance and out of this league. And that's always a big thing on these campuses.
And the question, Butch, is can anybody derail that College of Charleston Express?
Well, they're pretty strong, no question about it, but Lefty Drizel, Georgia State's got a good chance. Next year, Jacksonville comes into this league. He'll have a little bit of veteran coaching experience as Bill Jones steps out, Hugh Durham steps in.
Jacksonville University will be a great addition to the TAC. That will bring 5 schools in the state of Florida in the Trans-America Athletic Conference, and Jacksonville will bring that great tradition. Remember when they went to the Final Four and had Artis Gilmore and those great players?
Who just got nominated for the Hall of Fame.
Sure did. Going to the basket. Shot is blocked. And Robinson has it rejected, and here come the Bulldogs.
Well, Robinson took it to the left that time. Not quite as strong as he is going left as he is with his right hand.
There's the interception. Here comes Robinson again, leading the break.
Yes.
Shot off the glass, wouldn't go by Wilson. Gamecocks get it right back. Robinson will try it again and get the roll.
Now that was a critical turnover that time because that was Will Daniels blocked the initial shot, but a turnover comes right back and they get the point. And they got it down to 10.
8:20 to go, still time for the Gamecocks. On the road. Last year in our game, Samford won on the road at Jacksonville State. Going up hard and being fouled hard is Freddie Williams. He really got popped by 2 Gamecocks. They got their money's worth on that one.
Well, Samford's doing an excellent job of sitting back and seeing where the open areas are in the zone defense. And that time, on a great pass inside, Williams is just, as you say, hammered to the floor.
Man, they really clobbered him. But Freddie's okay. He's at the free throw line, the senior out of Pelham, Alabama. He's had 71 straight starts now for Samford. He's really been a big part of this program. And
show you how young this team is. Those 71 starts or more, you can take all the rest of the guys on the team and add up all their starts together, and they don't equal 71. So Freddie's sort of the veteran on this team, and he's had to hold them together as the kiddie corps has learned here under first-year coach Jimmy Tillett.
There you see his scoring.
I started to tell you, excuse me, that I tell you what, this kiddie corps is really improving too. They're going to be a team that nobody's going to want to face in the tournament, I don't believe.
You're exactly right. 8th in rebounding is Freddie in the TAC. 5th in field goal percentage. He's really had a fine senior season as the leader on this very, very young Samford team. He's the only senior on the ball club. So let's see if the Gamecocks can cut into the lead. They're shooting threes. Ash at 6'8" keeps it alive.
Don't forget, a team that's only down 11 and can do this can catch up quick.
And Darrell Johnson is the guy they may look to. He's second in the league in scoring. Darrell's had kind of a quiet night, but Butchie may be saving his best here for the last part of the game.
Well, if you're a Jacksonville State fan, you certainly hope so, and he is capable.
He's cut it to 8, and the Gamecocks are on a little bit of a run. Nobody boxed out inside again, and Boyd Kaiser made him pay for it, and he's going to the line.
Well, I mentioned earlier that one of the weaknesses of the zone is you have areas and not individual rebound responsibilities, and that time Kaiser found the open seam and just crashed it. That's a concern of Coach Bill Jones, and was an area that Jimmy Tillett spoke today that he wanted to exploit. That he felt like that was a key to the game, getting on the offensive boards, and so far this young rookie coach of 48 years old is seeing things go, for the most part, his way.
His son's a college basketball player at Berry College over in Georgia. Kaiser's free throw is up, and it wouldn't quite go.
Yeah, you know, Boyd Kaiser, who is at the free throw line, played high school ball with Coach Tillett's son, who, as you say, is at Berry. So that's how they found Kaiser. Coach Tillett was going to see his son play and found this guy on his team, said he's pretty good. You want to come to Samford? He said yes.
He's a real good player. 6'5" and a sophomore, averaging 8 points a game. He gets the second free throw to go. And Jimmy Tillett's got his ball club in front here, but we're heading down the home stretch. 7:23 to go. Jacksonville State still in it. They're down 9.
It works 24 hours, 7 days a week. Staying right there beside me while I earn my keep. Pulling, hauling, working, hear that engine roar. I beat the truck to death, but he keeps coming back for more. Ain't that tough enough? Yes, they're built real tough. Ain't that tough enough? Chevy trucks are tough.
Franklin.
Life.
Franklin.
Life.
Franklin.
Life.
The Franklin Life Insurance Company.
Partners in life with American families since 1884.
Remember when we were undergraduates at Jacksonville State? We had professors with doctorates teaching the courses. It's the same today. The Alumni Association helps support these high academic standards.
We are a part of history tonight. The first time a regional television telecast has originated from this building, Samford Hall, on the campus of Samford University. And, Bush, this is really a beautiful campus, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And, you know, a few years ago, Terry Bowden, the head coach at Auburn, made his residence right here on this campus and developed the football program. And then, of course, we haven't talked a lot about John Brady, who's the first-year rookie head coach at LSU, who built this basketball program. So this has been the birthplace of a couple very successful SEC coaches.
And you go back years ago, and Bobby Bowden was here at Samford. Let's take a look at the rebounding battle. As we talked about, the Bulldogs have led it 36-23, and many of those have come at the offensive end.
Well, that was Coach Jones' fear, and it's come true. Excellent execution there off the flex cut, a little back screen.
Alex Beeson gets the basket, and he has 11. and it's 57-50.
You know, you get the impression that Samford's way ahead. You look up there at the scoreboard, it's only a 7-point game. And I'm sure that Jacksonville has not played as well as they would like here in this game, but they're hanging in there.
Gamecocks on a 12-4 run. That's gotten them back in the ball game. Good look down low and going to the basket, Freddie Williams.
Now they're going to have to come up with a big stop here in the last, or a couple big stops if they're going to come back. You can't let the other team score every time down the floor when you're behind.
Look at Freddie Williams jumping out, making the steal. Puts it down.
He took advantage of a weak pass from Johnson that time. Just wasn't a sharp pass, and you can't let an athlete like that get the ball in the middle of the court.
The senior Freddie Williams stepping up and making a big play. And the Samford Bulldogs are up 11 again, 61-50. Just as Bill Jones got his ball club back into the ball game, they cut the lead to single digits. And now the 53-year-old Bill Jones has to again rally the troops here for the stretch run.
See, excellent penetration down there. And once that ball gets in Williams' hands anywhere around that basket, there you see sort of the lazy pass, and it is showtime here in Cyber Gym.
Freddie Williams with the jam.
They've just got to have more consistency on the defensive end. They're going to have some stops. And remember, Samford's a hard team to come back against because of the patience that they exhibit offensively, as well as their ability to shoot free throws.
Beeson forced that one, and Samford gets the rebound. Lopez will bring it up. Williams is looking to take over this game, and he gets it to go.
He's doing a pretty good job. I believe unofficially that's 6 straight for the big fella.
13 in the game. Out of the corner, the jumper's up and it's good. Alex Beeson will get the 3.
I'm telling you what, I love this guy. Albertville, Alabama. They got to be proud of him.
5A player of the year in the state of Alabama, averaging 11. The freshman has 14 tonight.
He's had 96 points and 38 rebounds his last 8 games. He's adding to that tonight.
Rawlings fires and misses.
Tell you what, right now you want to be patient if you're Samford. Get a good shot every time down the floor.
Hickman to Ash, back up top to Beeson.
Remember, Jacksonville State, when they're not turning it over, can shoot three-pointers, and that can catch you up quick. So they're still a threat.
Wilson couldn't control, and Samford gets the ball back. Here comes Will Daniel back into the ball game, the sophomore out of Monroe, Louisiana, and the leading scorer for Samford reports back in. Jimmy Tillett coaching and also talking to the officials on the sideline. Jimmy's used the same lineup this year in every game but one, so he's really stuck with his Iron Man 5.
Well, that's something that's been tradition here at Samford.
Jacksonville State looks to cut into a 10-point lead. They still have time, especially if Hickman hits this one. Wouldn't go, but they got the offensive rebound. Here's Robinson. The rebound to Will Daniel.
Well, he tried to take it in there and draw the foul, but to no avail.
Lopez will throw it away.
Now, folks, you're seeing something there that's pretty unusual. That's a collector's item, a Lopez turnover. Just not many of those.
Now, he's done a great job. His assist-to-turnover ratio this year is extremely good. He's 8th in the league in assists. We're coming back for the home stretch. Samford leads by 10.
Hi, this is Kevin Riggin with Sonny King Honda, and I would like to personally invite you in to experience the Sonny King difference. With over 48 years of selling experience, we not only deliver a car, we deliver our family. 98 Civic LX Automatic, only $199 a month. The all-new CR-V, 4-wheel drive, only $269 a month. No pressure selling, honesty, and integrity is what we live by. Always remember, at Sonny King Honda, you will always find the best price, best service, period.
Curry, Dennis Johnson. For these high school football stars and numerous others, February 4th, National Signing Day is here, and it's time to sign on the dotted line. Tune in Wednesday at 6 for a special half-hour National Signing Day update, followed by Fox Sports News. Then at 7, Countdown to Signing Day returns for an in-depth one-hour recap of all the breaking news and recruiting from around the South. It all begins Wednesday at 6 on Fox Sports South.
Welcome back to Birmingham, along with Butch Estes. I'm Jeff Charles. A 10-point lead for Samford, and Butch, Freddie Williams is really going to work.
Well, he's got a lot of quickness and ability around the basket. Nice little pump fake, one dribble pull up, gets a 2. Now at the other end, Alex Beeson, just a freshman, answers from the three-point range, where on the season he's shooting 40%. A lot of poise for that young man.
Beeson with the basketball up top, and Jacksonville State needs a couple of hoops here. Rebound.
Had a nice look, but it wasn't to be.
Kaiser gets it.
Wilson with a wide open look, but he couldn't convert.
See if Samford now try and work a little clock here with a 10-point lead and 3:55 to play.
The thing that, if I'm Jacksonville, that bothers me is how well these guys shoot free throws, at least statistically.
Now shoot the three, and Lopez will drain his third of the night.
Well, I believe I'm going to pick Williams as my player of the game, but I got to give Lopez a close second. He's done it. He's done a lot of good for this basketball team tonight. Scoring, passing, running the show, setting the defensive tone.
Mario said today that a lot of his friends and family watching the game in New Orleans tonight. And there's a blocked shot, but also a foul called against Boyd Kaiser, his first foul.
Well, we got about 3,000 people booing and Coach Bill Jones clapping. I think what he's trying to say is finally. Now they're not going to give him any shots. Yeah, they're going to give him 2 shots.
Alex Beeson will go to the line. Alex, 77%er, and he gets the first one to go.
He's got a nice touch. Very well developed for a freshman. 6'5", 190.
He had 25 against Bethel College in a tournament game earlier this year. He was named the MVP of the Robertson Classic.
He's just about single-handedly kept this team in this game. They're going to have to make a move here soon. They can let about one more possession go. Then they can't afford to let Samford have 35 seconds off the clock each time.
Lopez. Again, he gets in the paint, makes things happen. Rawlings. Lopez. Williams, another jam.
Well, that's all a result of a lot of pump fakes and ball fakes, and got Jacksonville off their feet and completely out of position. And Williams knows what to do with it when he has the opportunity. He's really had a great game.
Yeah, he's really picked it up, especially the last 5 minutes. He's been terrific. There's the steal and a 2-on-1. Rawlings will take it.
Now, that was very poorly executed. He's pleading for a foul, but he had a 4-on-1. He took the ball on his own. All he had to do was give it up. Down at the other end, I felt like Beeson was just trying to force it. He's trying to take it on himself to do this one-on-one. You just can't do that. One guy can't beat 5. You got to do it as a team. And you see Lopez with excellent penetration, and that was after he had ball faked and gotten the Jacksonville players completely off the floor. You can't guard anybody when you're off the floor.
Hickman gets it to Knowlton, and Knowlton is hammered. You know, Jay Knowlton's been quiet tonight, Butch. He came in averaging 15.8, fifth in the league, and he's been held to 8 points tonight.
Well, you take him and Johnson together, they're averaging about 32, 33, and I imagine together they've got about 20, so they're, as a group, they're 12 points below their average, and you need these guys to step up on the road.
Jay's been playing injured this year. He's had a bad back. He had a hip pointer in a game earlier, and they also discovered that one of his legs was just a little bit shorter than the other. It's caused him some back problems, but he's been playing through all the pain, and he's really had a terrific senior season.
Well, that was a lane violation, but the free throw was good anyway. In fact, you talk about injuries. That's been true for Jacksonville all year. They've had nothing but injuries and had to make a lot of adjustments.
No doubt about it. It's been a tough year injury-wise for Bill Jones and the Gamecocks. They're still in it here. We're coming right back.
Be cool about fire safety.
What would you do if you were on fire? I don't know. Jump in a tub? No, you gotta stop, drop, and roll.
If your clothes catch fire, you gotta drop to the ground. If your clothes catch fire, you gotta roll around. You just stop, drop, and roll. Stop, drop, and roll. Get down on the ground and stop, drop, and roll. Get down on the ground and don't you ever stand. Roll round and round and cover your face with your hands. You just stop, drop, and roll. Stop, drop, and roll. Get down on the ground and stop, drop, and roll. Stop, drop, and roll, baby.
What a great atmosphere tonight at Samford Hall on the campus of Samford University in Birmingham, Alabama. Packed to the rafters, and the Bulldogs lead by 11, 68-57 in our TAC game of the week with 2:26 left to go. Samford will have the basketball and a chance to work the clock here with 2 minutes and 26 remaining in this one tonight. Here's Mario Lopez to Rawlings. You see full court pressure, and again, rebounds have really been in the favor of Samford all night. That's the reason why they got this lead. They've especially done a great job with the offensive glass. Over and back violation as Jacksonville State's pressure causes Samford some problems, and the Gamecocks are going to get the ball.
We're seeing full court man-to-man pressure now by the Gamecocks. They don't have much choice, and they're going to have to score quickly, make some things happen defensively.
They'll be firing up some threes, and we've got a push on Lopez, and that's the last thing Jimmy Tillett wanted to see, and Lopez gets the foul.
I'll tell you an interesting thing, statistic right now, and that's the fact that Jacksonville only has 5 team fouls. They've got 2 more to give before they'll shoot 1 and 1, so they're going to have to start fouling here pretty quick. And as you say, that's the last thing you want to do if you're Samford, is to foul and stop the clock and let the Gamecocks score, but you got to convert.
Hickman missed the free throw.
When you're given opportunities, you got to take advantage. Sometimes opportunity only knocks once. It doesn't knock twice.
Jamal's a pretty good free throw shooter, too, at 70%, but that one wouldn't go down. And again, the Bulldogs turn it over, so they're giving Jacksonville State Butch a chance here.
Well, a couple have to work on their delay game in practice. They're trying to spread it out.
Darrell Johnson missed it. There come the Dogs. There's a run out, and Hickman beats Daniel to the ball, and another turnover. 3 airborne by Robinson is short. He follows. He does a good job of that in the paint, and he got it to go. Robinson follows the shot as good as anybody you'll ever see. He's done that all night, Butch, and he gets the second one to go. And Jacksonville State is still in it here. It's a 9-point game with 1:25 to go.
One thing Robinson does, he attacks the basket, and that's, as I say, there just hasn't been much of an inside game for Jacksonville tonight, but Robinson's provided what little they've had by penetration off the dribble.
1:25 to go. Can Jacksonville State make a run here late? We'll find out. We're coming right back.
10,000 eyes are on me.
Yeah. Do it, Casey, do it.
Shouting, Casey, go all the way.
Casey, do it. Score. Come on, Casey.
First base, second base, third base. Make your move today. Do it, Casey, do it.
Do it, Casey.
Score mighty, Casey, score.
Score.
I just don't get it. Is that what girls are for?
Must I, Amanda, take this guy to heaven to hold, to go out with and make out with, to be together and sleep together, to go all the way, because they say he'll walk away, unless I do.
If you don't talk with your kids about sex, who will? Our free booklet can help.
Jacksonville State and Samford get together. It usually comes down to the wire, and the Gamecocks are trying to do it again. These two teams really battle each other. This is a backyard brawl. They're located just an hour apart, and the fans really get into this long-time rivalry, and we've had quite a game here tonight.
You can get a little bragging rights, so you talk a little junk on the playground during the day.
Samford looks to inbound the ball the length of the floor with that 9-point lead.
Watch for a breakout here at Samford. Step out of bounds. Nice play. And keep the ball in good free throw shooters' hands. They've got the foul.
And Hickman will get the foul.
And it'll be out of bounds. That's only 16 fouls. On the next one, Samford will go to the line to shoot a 1-and-1.
Jacksonville State will try for the steal initially, and if they don't get it, they'll foul again, I would guess.
Jacksonville's got to deny this inbounds pass. If they get a 5-second call, they get the ball back quickly, but
that's what happens. They get it in, and Hickman again with a foul, and will stop the clock with 1:17 to go, and which we've talked about it all night. Samford's the best free throw shooting team in the TAC, and they've got a chance to wrap it up if they can hit their free throws.
Well, you know, statistically they should do that, but as we talked about so often, there's two different statistics. There's free throw shooting, and then there's free throw shooting when the game's on the line, and that's what Williams is facing right now. Let's see what he does.
Freddie at the free throw line will miss it, and so the door is still cracked for the Gamecocks. Beeson will hit the three.
He's got so much poise. I mean, he just rose up there and never hesitated, had a nice little flip.
It's a 6-point game, folks, and this one's not over yet. And there's Hickman with another foul. He's got 4. He's had to foul here down the stretch, and they're going to put Reed Rawlings at the line now. And Reed is a 78%er. Probably not the guy they wanted to foul, but time is getting away from him.
There's not a guy on that floor that's shooting less than 70%. Williams and Kaiser are the two worst at 70%, so it's like pick your poison here.
Freddie missed the last time. Rawlings goes to the line and hits it.
I don't think this...